5 general factoring. Sometimes things factor more than once. The first step in factoring should always be to look for a common factor. GCF, greatest common factor. If there is x squared or higher, it most likely factors some more. Think about when prime factoring a number such as 18. 18 equals 9 times 2, but that's not finished since 9 breaks down some more. 9 breaks down into 3 times 3. So the final answer is 3 times 3 times 2. 3 times 3 equals 9, times 2 equals 18. Factor in each example. Example 1, 4x cubed minus 100x. First, take out the common factor of 4x. What goes in the parentheses is what 4x would distribute to equal 4x cubed minus 100x. So we have 4x times, parentheses, x squared minus 25. Then you break down the difference of squares that's inside the parentheses. X squared minus 25 breaks down into x plus 5, x minus 5. So the final answer is 4x times x plus 5 times x minus 5. Example 2, 7x cubed plus 7x. Take out the common factor of 7x. What goes in the parentheses is what 7x would distribute to, so that you get 7x cubed plus 7x. 7x times x squared is 7x cubed. 7x times 1 is 7x. The x squared plus 1 does not break down because of the plus. So 7x times x squared plus 1 is your final answer. Example 3, 5x squared minus 15x minus 50. Take out the GCF of 5 that they all have in common. So you put in the parentheses what 5 would multiply to equal the problem. 5 times x squared is 5x squared. 5 times negative 3x is negative 15x. 5 times negative 10 is negative 50. Then you factor the trinomial that's in the parentheses. It's a trinomial with an understood 1, so you want two numbers that multiply to negative 10 and add to negative 3. So that would be negative 5 and plus 2. So the final answer is 5 times x minus 5 times x plus 2. The trinomial broke down into the two binomials. Example 4, 7x to the 4th minus 7. Factor out the GCF of 7. And so that leaves x to the 4th minus 1. X to the 4th minus 1 is a difference of squares, because x to the 4th is x squared times x squared, and then the negative 1 would be plus 1 minus 1. But there's one more step. The x squared plus 1 does not break down, but the x squared minus 1 does factor. The plus 1 doesn't break down because of the plus, but the minus does break down. So the x squared minus 1 becomes x plus 1 times x minus 1. So our final answer is 7 times x squared plus 1 times x plus 1 times x minus 1. Example 5, x cubed plus 3x squared minus 25x minus 75. We're going to factor by grouping because there are 4 terms. First, you take the GCF of each group. So the first two things have x squared in common, which would leave x plus 3, because x squared times x is x cubed. X squared times 3 is 3x squared. The second two things have a negative 25 in common. Always bring down the middle sign. Okay. This is what we learned in 6.2. Bring down the middle sign. And then we need negative 25 times x to equal negative 25x. Negative 25 times 3 to equal negative 75. So what's in front of the parentheses goes in one, and what's inside goes in the other. So outside we have x squared minus 25. X plus 3 is inside. So now you're going to break down the x squared minus 25 because it's a binomial difference of squares. X squared minus 25 is x plus 5 times x minus 5. So our whole answer is x plus 5, x minus 5 times x plus 3. That's the end.